This is the news on top of the hour.
Live from our studio in Georgetown.
Kaieteur Radio, 99.1 FM.
Tired of changing your baby's clothes? We have the perfect solution. Sleepy denim diapers, giving you that fashionable denim look throughout the day with the same soft touch. Look cool, look hip, rock in style with Sleepy jeans.
Hello and welcome to today's News at Noon on Kaieteur Radio that comes to you with the compliments of Sleepy Jeans. I am Kevin Smith. These are the top stories we are tracking. Harman supports Trotman's call for international investigation into oil blocks giveaway. Senior officials of a police finance department suspended as Soku probes $150 million fraud. And in the murder of Lagrange businesswoman, a female mastermind captured in Suriname and escapes from police station toilet. Belgium's 11.5 tons of coke bust. GRE suspends entire scanning unit and staffers over missing images. Patterson and Trotman not included in Parliament's Natural Resources Committee. Stay tuned to stay informed.
Introducing the new Digital Prime bundles. Better than anything we've ever offered before. More music on D-Music. More messaging on BIP. More radio streaming on Go Loud. More storage on Billo. More control on My Digital app. With the new Digital Prime bundles, it's never been easier to get more digital experiences. Plus, extra data. Get 30 gigabytes with a 7-day Prime bundle for only $2,000. So much data, so much fun. Buy in My Digital app today. Digital, better together.
And now for the news in detail. Opposition leader Joseph Harman yesterday spoke favorably of the position by former Minister of Natural Resources Raphael Trotman that there should be an independent probe into suspicious oil blocks giveaways by a competent independent firm. Trotman had said he would prefer that there be an investigation into the awards, as anti-corruption watchdog Global Witness recommended in a report earlier this year. The then government had also hidden from the public that it received a signing bonus from ExxonMobil of $18 million, which it kept in special account. In its call for an investigation into the award, Global Witness said that Trotman ignored expert advice on multiple occasions and signed the agreement anyway in a short period, leaving $55 billion on the table. In other news, 4 senior officers from the police force finance unit were sent on administrative leave as investigators probe the alleged misappropriation of $150 million. Sources said that the force's finance officer, Superintendent Marceline Washington, her deputy Frank Jackman Wilberg, along with 2 other high-ranking officers, were sent on leave. Sources were sketchy on the details, but revealed that the 4 officers received letters to immediately proceed on leave. It is understood that the missing funds were allotted to officers for extra duties performed. But while documents were signed to say that the funds were released, they reportedly never reached into the hands of the ranks. Let's tell you now that the female mastermind of the gruesome murder of Lagrange businesswoman, 85-year-old Bibi Ramjit, has escaped from police custody. The police have since issued a wanted bulletin for 30-year-old Janki Tapsi of Davisweg, No. 7 District, Kamewinj, Suriname, and Monrepo, East Coast Demerara. She is wanted in relation to murder of Ramjit, who was found dead on October 25th in the upper flat of her 2-story home and business place located at Lagrange, West Bank, Demerara. She will be slapped with the charges relating to her escape when captured. Regional Commander Jairam Ramlakan confirmed that Tapsi escaped from a toilet at the Springlands police station moments after she was handed over by the Surinamese authorities. In other news, a senior manager was among 11 GRE staffers who were suspended as authorities continue their probe into Belgium's seizure of 11.5 tons of cocaine shipped from Guyana. Investigators had discovered that the scanned images of the containers taken at Lombard Street facility manned by GRA staffers were deleted. It is understood that 4 containers left Guyana on September 25th, shipped by Marlon Primos MA Trading of Atlanticville, East Coast Demerara, to the consignee Letraco Recycling BV in the Netherlands. According to sources, only images of 3 containers were found. The images of the 4th were deleted. And moving on, despite holding relations close to the natural resources sector, as well as the expertise, former Natural Resources Minister Raffle Trotman and former Public Infrastructure Minister David Patterson were not included as members of the Parliamentary Sectoral Committee on Natural Resources. Instead, former Minister of State Don Hastings Williams, former Minister of Telecommunications Catherine Hughes, members of Parliament Vincent Henry and Deonarayan Ramsarup were nominated to serve on the committee. Notably, these proposals were made by Trotman himself and seconded by Sherrod Duncan. This committee has critical oversight responsibilities for the mining, forestry and oil and gas sector. It is now 12 hours 7. Coming up after the break, missing lecturer found dead in Roxanne Burnham Gardens home, and government begins dumping over $742 million worth of expired drugs left by coalition. And in your COVID-19 update, coronavirus cases in Guyana pass 5,000. Do stay tuned.
You don't have to be a fountain of knowledge to help children with their schoolwork while they're at home, but you do have to be caring, understanding, loving, and patient. It's an unsettling time for everyone, but children still need a safe and secure environment. So don't overwhelm them with endless news items or problems. Keep them gainfully occupied and amused, exercised and rested. Protect our children.
A message from the Child Care and Protection Agency, Ministry of Human Services and Social Security, and UNICEF.
Welcome back. Let us continue with the news. A lecturer's decomposing body was yesterday discovered by one of his co-workers who went to check on him after he had missed several online classes. The deceased has been identified as 56-year-old Dr. Wesley Torrington, a medical doctor and lecturer attached to the Lincoln American University School of Medicine and lives at Roxanne Burnham Gardens in Georgetown. According to the police report, Torrington's body was discovered at around 11 hours lying motionless in a chair in the living room of his wooden home. The police report revealed that checks were made but no marks of violence were seen. Further checks conducted in the home showed no signs of forced entry or that it was ransacked. In other news, the process of dumping over $742 million worth of expired drugs by the Ministry of Health has begun since Thursday. This was disclosed by the Minister of Health, Dr. Frank Anthony, who added that the drugs would have cost millions of taxpayer dollars to be wasted. It is understood that the disposal was carried out by the Health Ministry's Material Management Unit, or MMU, and it would cost approximately $3 million. According to a spokesman of the ministry, the drugs were being housed at their Diamond MMU prior to their disposal. It was also explained that the drugs were no longer fit for human consumption, and they were taking up 60% of the storage space at the Diamond MMU. The ministry had no choice but to dump them. And moving on, former APNU-AFC Minister Jaipal Sharma has issued an apology to the Attorney General and Minister of Legal Affairs Anil Nandlal, one day after being slapped with a lawsuit over Facebook posts he made. The AG slapped both Sharma and PNCR member James Bond with a joint lawsuit regarding posts they made on social media. Let's tell you now that the Ministry of Human Services and Social Security Adoption Board is making major headway by processing long overdue adoption applications. Minister Dr. Vindhya Prasad said placing or reintegrating children with their families in a safe environment is one of the ministry's top priorities as it aims to lessen the number of children in institutions. While the board advances its work, the COVID-19 pandemic has brought new challenges as the preventative measures have hampered home evaluation visits. As such, the ministry is trying to find innovative ways to ensure that children are monitored for abuse and that timely reports are made. Meanwhile, Minister Prasad is urging potential adoptive parents to adopt older children. In other news, President Irfan Ali said systems would soon be in place to facilitate more soldiers being registered in academic programs aligned to the development needs of the country. The head of state made this announcement during the Ghani Defense Forces anniversary dinner in commemoration of its 55th year in service to the nation. In his feature address as Commander-in-Chief, President Ali said that the GDF would have a pivotal role to play in the emergence of a new Guyana. He pointed to its human resource capacity, which he said was extremely important. It is now 12 hours 12, and now for your COVID-19 update. The number of worldwide coronavirus cases, according to Worldometer, has reached 58.1 million, with deaths at 1.3 million and recovery cases at 40.2 million. The Ministry of Health yesterday reported 29 new COVID-19 cases, along with 16 recoveries. The total number of confirmed cases increased to 5,005. The ministry's daily dashboard update also states that 9 persons are in the COVID-19 ICU, 101 in institutional isolation, 768 persons in approved home isolation, and 73 persons in institutional quarantine. Minister of Health Dr. Frank Anthony yesterday announced that active COVID-19 cases continue to decline in St. Cuthbert's Mission, even as monitoring of infected persons continues, particularly those who are asymptomatic. On Thursday, the ministry said that the remote community located up the Mahaika River had 153 cases. Just a few days ago, the positive COVID-19 cases in that indigenous people's community was over 230. Measures remain in place in St. Cuthbert's Mission to treat any patient whose condition worsens. And coming from CNN, President-elect Joe Biden warned on Monday that more people may die from the coronavirus if President Trump does not coordinate planning for vaccine distribution. Experts are encouraged by early COVID-19 vaccine findings from Moderna and Pfizer, but warn the world still faces challenging months ahead. Meanwhile, the U.S. has recorded more than 100,000 daily infections for 2 weeks straight. Yesterday, it had about 166,000 new cases. Meanwhile, California is pulling the emergency brake on reopening plans as more U.S. states announce new restrictions to slow the spread of COVID-19. And that brings us to the end of today's News at Noon. Remember, the news came to you with the compliments of Sleepy Jeans. I am Kevin Smith. Thank you for listening.
Tired of changing your baby's clothes? We have the perfect solution. Sleepy Denim Diapers, giving you that fashionable denim look throughout the day with the same soft touch. Look cool, look hip, rock in style with Sleepy Jeans.
Want value for your advertising dollar? Then place your ads on Kaieteur Radio's Newscasts. Streamed live on 6 different mediums, reaching hundreds of thousands. Advertise today and watch your dollar grow. Call us on 225-8465 or 226-8210 today.